What's up, y'all? And welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today we're going to be talking about The Country Without Humans, Volume 1. Now, this is one I've been interested in checking out for a while. Um, pretty much ever since it came out, and as well as I heard some good thoughts on it from one of my buddies, Otaku in Training, because he did a review on it back when Volume 1 came out, and I listened to like a couple, few minutes of it or whatever. I didn't want to get spoiled or whatever, but I listened to enough to get my interest, and so I had recently picked it up, and it's kind of just been sitting on my shelf, and I decided today, I was like, you know what, I'm in the mood to read something, and Volume 2 is coming out soon, so I was like, you know what? Perfect timing. So, Country Without Humans, the story and art is done by IWATOBINEKO. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it's published by Seven Seas. So, like I said, Volume 1's out. Volume 2 coming out soon. Actually, by the time you see this, Volume 2 should probably already be out on shelves. But basically, the story follows this young girl named Shii, Shii, or maybe Shy. I don't know how it's pronounced, so I'm saying she. She or Shy. As seemingly she is the only human in the whole world. And she ends up encountering this golem named Bulb. Now, the premise in general is enough to kind of get my attention, but honestly, I kind of like how at the beginning of it, they start off with kind of showing you a few different golems and kind of give you some information as far as like what they are, what their types are, and all that stuff. But yeah, the general premise of this girl seemingly being the only human left on Earth, and her starting to bond and make this relationship with this golem, that was enough to kind of get my intrigue. But kind of like pretty much like out the gate, it starts off just like immediately where she is being chased down by these golems that she calls triangle heads because they have a triangle shaped head. But they're chasing her. You don't know why. You get these very great looking panels that kind of immediately just like grabs your attention. And this one for chapter 1, where we start with a city, with a view of this kind of cityscape that she's in. That was like, okay, you got my attention right out the gate. And then just kind of reading through this and just kind of seeing just like the constant sense of kind of mystery as well as unease, just because everywhere she goes, like all the golems, all eyes are on her. Everywhere she goes, they're constantly, just looking at her or whatever. And then you kind of find out throughout the volume that like a lot of the golems are kind of the golems were originally, programmed to service humans. And so a lot of them, like they have like different functionality and stuff to where they can kind of feel, some of them can kind of like feel human emotions and kind of like use that to respond. They can tell like, okay, you're hungry, you're thirsty, so on and so forth. But there's just like so many just like panels, like I said, just like grips your attention, just like, whoa, okay, this is kind of creepy, but I want to know more. And that's basically how I felt the whole way through. And even just immediately, I really liked the immediate bond between the Bulb, the golem, and she. Just by, him immediately kind of protecting her and forming this bond. And then, you kind of eventually finding out the reason why he kind of was bonded to her. And I guess I'll kind of say like light spoilers because I need to talk about some of this, whatever. But basically, the reason why he got her and he brought her back to where he quote unquote stays or whatever is that he wanted her to meet her master. But I kind of feared the reality of the situation, and my fear ended up being true. And then because of what was revealed, then Bob was basically about to go into disposal mode. Basically, it's like, okay, well, hey, my original function is no longer necessary, so I'm supposed to go and basically just scrap myself. And that's what Bob was in the process of going to do until because like there's like this other kind of like little robot thing that's kind of floating around as well. I think called like Miku or something like that. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can find this now. I know it starts with the M. Yeah, I'm not seeing the name immediately at the moment, but like I said, I think it was Miku or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing it immediately at the moment, but anywho, the other like kind of like little small robot, basically just helps fill in both she as well as you as the reader into a little bit more background of like, okay, what's going on, why certain things are happening, what's the different functions of these various golems. So I kind of like that story device of like, okay, there is a thing in the story that explains stuff both to the main character as well as to the people that are reading without it feeling like the narrator just like being like, hey, we know you're reading, check this out. It's like, no, it feels really natural. And like I said, once again, like both of these first couple chapters like immediately start off with like some really great art in them. But yeah, just all throughout, I really enjoyed the intrigue, and especially because it's kind of revealed later on that basically humans haven't been around for like 400 years. And so she's trying to figure, like, she has little to no memory of what happened, how she got there, and stuff like that. And so, yeah, like I said, I am super excited to check out the next chapter. Like I said, this first chapter immediately had me sold because, like I said, just like the intrigue is enough, but then, like I said, just I'm just really wanting to see more of the bond between Bulb and she. And I also really appreciate these really dope action panels. Like the art looks really cool. Whenever Bulb is fighting, these various enemies. And like I said, it's just so wholesome. Just like the bond that is forming between them. It kind of reminds me, and I think I'm trying to think, was did Otaku and Training say this, or somebody I had spoke to had kind of mentioned that their relationship reminded them of sorry, let me look up that anime real quick. Yes, so Somali and the Forest Spirit, because that also involves a young child and the golem. So maybe that's another reason why this kind of like really intrigued me, because I really enjoyed that anime and stuff. Though also knowing how heart-wrenching that show was, you already get like some like pulling at the heartstrings moments within this volume as well, because other characters kind of get introduced along the way that are trying to, I guess, form a wedge between she and Bulb's relationship. And so kind of like, because of course she is very young, kind of naive, especially, you just remember waking up in a facility, you're being chased by these triangle head golem things, and then you're told, oh, you're the only human that's been seen in 400 years. That's a lot to take in, like I said, especially for a kid. Uh, so, you might be able to be easily influenced by certain people and stuff. So, but yeah, overall, like I said, just really good. I don't like I said, I don't want to get too involved or too spoiler, whatever. But I do want to say that there were some hints and stuff because she starts to kind of like recall certain like, oh, I remember seeing a lady or had a dream about a lady that I remember seeing and a certain symbol, and the kind of like little mini arc that they kind of go on trying to find out more about that symbol and the golem that they encounter during that part. It's kind of interesting, kind of like learning or just seeing how, the golems take take requests very literal. So, you kind of have to be careful how you phrase certain things and certain requests. Otherwise you might have, let's say, a golem fully dismantle themselves in order to give you something that you said that you were wondering if they knew about. So that was a very striking moment that really hit she's like, no, I didn't want you to do this. I just wanted to know if you knew anything. And then the little helper bot, like I said, I think it's called Miku, whatever his name is. He was like, well, you asked if they had information, and this is how they get you that information. And so like I said, it was really good. It ended off in a very big, crazy, flashy way. Where Bob and she are kind of bombarded with a lot of these triangle golems, as they are, as this other character that kind of came into play is also manipulating things and stuff on the side as well. So lots of moving parts. Like I said, I am very excited to check out the second volume and to see how things further progress, because like I said, this really got my intrigue from, like I said, from pretty much those opening pages up until the very end. So, but yeah, The Country Without Humans, definitely recommend. Like I said, if you're kind of into or looking for a series that has a little bit of mystery, a little bit of intrigue, but also has a wholesome relationship between, like I said, this young girl and this golem creature. So go check it out. Like I said, volume 1's out now. Volume 2 will also probably be out by the time this is up. But yeah, I'm trying to keep these nice, short, and sweet. But as always, thank y'all for watching or listening. You can follow me on social media at Dad Needs to Talk. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can also make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for if you want the video version of this, or if you just want to hear the audio of these reviews, go follow Dad Needs to Talk on whatever podcast service. I should be on everything. And also, if you enjoy what I do and want to show your boys some extra love, I also have a Patreon page at patreon.com/dadneedstotalk. Go check it out and maybe get some of these reviews a couple days early. But otherwise, go check it out. Go see all the other myriad of series that I've reviewed, and also make sure to check out the Dad Needs to Talk podcast, where I talk about fatherhood, manga, anime, sometimes video games, and all things that life brings us. And so with that, y'all be easy, treat yourself to something nice, read some manga, watch some anime, play some video games, and live your best life. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.